If I call you babe, you babe for the day, or babe for the night, you not my wife.
What's up, you guys? It's your boy Adam, and I'm back again with another banger. Today, bro, we gonna be doing how our everyday things are made reaction video. I see that y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my other video. Well, y'all didn't comment because I'm had to turn my comments off, but I'm gonna make sure I turn them just on this video and that video. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know what to do. Let's go.
Hard not to wax lyrical about crayons.
Okay, we got.
They were invented in America in 1903.
Okay.
When a non-toxic version was created from the basic wax crayon already used for marking crates and barrels. We take a look at how colour is added to childhood. These crayons are made from a combination of waxes, primarily paraffin, which is ideal because it's inexpensive and easy to melt. It also has what's called a nice rub-off, meaning it leaves enough wax on the paper. The wax is melted to 62 degrees Celsius. Then a secret powder is added to strengthen the crayon and act as a filler, boosting the number of crayons the wax will produce.
So some kind of substance like baking soda, cornstarch, or any kind of powder will like mush it together and make it kind of harder.
Various synthetic chemicals are also added. There's one to keep the wax from sticking to the mold, and a fatty acid called stearic acid to improve the rub-off.
There you go.
Now the wax is tinted. In this case, the addition of yellow and red produces orange crayons. This factory can produce 127 different colours. Every ingredient in the crayon is not toxic. After adding more wax, the mixture is blended for about 45 minutes. Now the wax is pumped into this device called a rotary machine.
Some kind of machine to like suck it all up and put it in a mold and, like make the little crayons, y'all.
It first injects the wax into...
See, it injects the wax, it put it in these little molds, and it just, not slurp them out, y'all.
Crayon-shaped molds. Then, it envelops the molds in cool water, hardening the wax within 60 seconds. As the molds continue along the circuit, a blade scrapes off the excess, which gets recycled.
So basically, y'all, when they put it in the mold, some of the wax will be left on the top, and when it be left on the top, they can scrape it off and reuse it for another batch.
Just one rotary machine molds more than 2,700 crayons per cycle. With several machines operating simultaneously, this factory churns out 30,000 crayons every hour. The machine ejects the crayons, and a conveyor transports them to the labeling machine.
Okay, this next machine, I guess, is wraps everything up and put everything together and all that good stuff, y'all. I guess so.
One by one, they drop into the grooves of a revolving drum. At the bottom left, glue coats the surface in between.
So this is the machine that puts the wrappers on there, lay them on top, and the other part right there, here, is gonna fold the wraps up and make them stick and stuff.
Grooves just before the crayons go in. The machine then slaps a label onto each crayon.
There you go.
A roller presses the label against the adhesive. Then a small arm wraps it around the crayon.
Yep, it's a little small little arm thing that wraps them up and make them stick.
This machine labels 8,500 crayons per hour.
Y'all, he said the machine labels 8,500 crayons in an hour.
The crayons exit the labeling machine and land in a box. They're sorted according to colour into the appropriate hoppers of the packing machine. The packaging line is entirely...
So they use this machine over here to sort the colors and put them in where they're supposed to go and stuff like that. All the good stuff.
automated. The factory programs the machine to collect a certain number of crayons in specific colours, according to the type of pack in production. Their best sellers are packs of 16 and 24. The packing machine is designed to handle the crayons gently. Occasionally, though, a crayon does crack or a label comes loose. When that happens, a sensor automatically stops the machine and a light goes on above the problem hopper.
So if y'all heard that, if something problems happens, like if a wrapper come loose, if a crayon breaks, the machine will stop and it'll show them, it'll be a light above where the problem is, and it'll show them.
Jam is cleared, then production resumes.
So this machine right here, it puts the crayons inside the box.
Once the count is complete, the crayon line and the box line meet. A pushing device slides each set of crayons into a box. A built-in scale weighs every box. Should one be underweight, the machine automatically blows it off the conveyor.
Ancient Greeks who chewed resin from trees.
So this is the next video, y'all. This video is how they make bubble gum. So I hope you like this part of the video. So yeah.
Modern chewing gum was patented in the U.S. in 1869 by, believe it or not, a dentist. In 1928, another American invented bubble gum. Bubble gum comes in gumballs of all colors and sizes. But for blowing bubbles, nothing beats the chewy, gooey pink stuff in the twist wrap. It all starts with a gum base, the stuff that makes gum chewy. Traditionally, the base came from tree resin. Today, it's synthetic, made of plastics and rubbers. They pour the gum base into a mixer. Then add color and flavoring.
I guess that's what this machine does.
As it begins mixing, they pour in glucose syrup, a sweetener. Because it's liquid, it helps keep the gum base soft.
I guess that's what they do.
Next, they add dextrose, a powdered sweetener. They blend the ingredients for about 20 minutes. The stirring action builds up heat, which melts everything together. The mixture's ready when it reaches the consistency of bread dough. They transfer it by cart to a machine called the pre-extruder.
That's what that machine does.
The machine squeezes the mixture through a narrow opening, like squeezing toothpaste from the tube. This transforms the big, bulky wad into thin, manageable strips that can then go through the extruders. The extruders squeeze each strip down to the actual width of a piece of bubble gum. It comes out as one long, continuous stream to be cut into bite-sized pieces later on. This extrusion process heats up the gum. If they were to cut and wrap it now, it would stick to the wrapper. So the next stop is a cooling chamber. The gum goes in for 15 minutes at between 3 to 7 degrees Celsius.
So I guess this machine like cuts it up and like put them into like small little squares.
When the bubble gum comes out, it's cooled down enough for what they call the cut and wrap. One machine does both jobs in a fraction of a second. Watch the action in slow motion. As the continuous stream of gum enters on one end, the machine cuts it into bite-sized pieces, pushes each piece into a wax paper wrapper, then twists both ends of the wrapper closed. Here's the slow motion replay from a different angle.
So I guess this machine like twisted it up so it'll be like so you can unwrap it and it won't be like falling on the floor, I guess. Or something.
The machine processes 900 pieces of bubble gum per minute.
So I don't know if y'all heard that, but it processes 900 pieces of gum per minute. That's very fast. Tell me if y'all see this or not. Doesn't it look like small pieces of bread loaf?
Last stop, packaging. The bubble gum moves on to a scale that automatically weighs out the right amount per tub. They seal the tub with plastic to make it airtight. This keeps the bubble gum fresh. Ever wonder why bubble gum is pink? It's because that's the only color Walter Deemer had on hand when he invented this treat.
Y'all, that's the end of this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification, y'all. Stay notified. Peace.
Back in 1928.